Hi crafters, it's Hannah from handcraftedcreations.com. Welcome to today's live class. So I've got a few cards to show you. I thought, seeing as we are nearly at the end of Sale-a-bration, I would use all the Sale-a-bration products that I have got. So I've got 4 cards for you today, so quite a few to share, so I hope that's okay with everybody. Just a couple of, well, just one quick thing really. My video on Saturday, which was my top 5 tools for a beginner crafter, a couple of people have said that the sound wasn't very high. So at first I just want to apologise if you couldn't hear. I tried a different way of filming, and so obviously I need to adjust my sound thingy-me-bob. So there was a blog post that went along with it. If you, in the description, there is a blog post there, so if you couldn't hear something, I have written it out anyway, so you can check that out as well. So hopefully you kind of got the gist of what I was saying, but if not, there is a blog post that goes along with it. So if I do film like that again, where I'm like facing the camera, I'll be sure to double check that it's loud enough before I upload it. So that being said, we've got Mum over here on the chat.
Yeah.
Oh, you haven't got anything? Okay. Are you on the right page? I can't see. I don't know. I've got a few people commenting. Just everybody let me know if you can hear and see before I carry on. If not, if you're watching, just let me know. So I don't want to start making things and then have to change things. Anybody? Is anybody out there? Anything? Yeah, we're good? Oh, awesome. Thank you, everybody. You all good? Right, fantastic. So, don't know what that was. Internet might be being a bit slow or something today. Okay, so I think we're all good. So we'll get started. I'm going to flip the camera around. So like I said, oh, sun's shining. I've got a few cards to share with you. So we will get started straight away. I've got piles of stuff here ready to go. The first card that we're going to make is with the Blossoming Basket stamp set. I absolutely love this basket, and I did a card on Friday on my Facebook page similar to this, so I thought I would make something that's kind of similar, and I really liked how that one turned out. I'm starting with a real red card base, and the bundle with the blossoming basket is the basket weave dynamic textured impressions embossing folder, mouthful. So I've already run a piece of real red through that, so you can see, oh, I don't know if you can see, we've got a lot of really deep texture on there. So this will actually be in the annual catalogue. So if you get this bundle now, this is going to be carrying over into the new annual catalogue in June. So that's that. I'm going to do a little bit of heat embossing and a tiny bit of watercolouring. Let me just grab a scrap. Right, firstly, I've got some watercolour paper, and just that way up, I'm just rubbing that over with my embossing buddy to make sure we don't get any fingerprints or anything like that. Grab the big basket stamp. I love that image so much. Ink that up with your Versamark. And I don't know about you, but I hadn't really thought of embossing onto watercolour paper before. I don't think before I did the card on Friday that I'd actually tried that at all, but it came out really well. I did push it down a little bit more than normal just because of the texture with the watercolour paper, just to make sure that yeah, the image transfers. So you probably won't be able to see that. So I'm actually going to emboss with silver embossing on this one. The one I did on Friday, we did it white on white, which turned out really, really nice. I thought today I would try something different. Just brush off the excess, whoops, like so. That looks good. Maybe a smidge more there. There we go, sorted. Pop that back in. And then we'll just heat set the basket, so this might be a little bit loud. So I usually let my heat tool warm up a little bit. There we go, absolutely gorgeous. I hope you can make that out. Oh, so pretty. Let me just clean that off. And just a little bit of watercolouring. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to watercolour it, put that to side so it can dry, and then get on with the other cards and then come back to that one at the very end, just to be sure I don't smudge anything. So all I'm going to watercolour is the flowers. So I've got my real red ink and I'm just squeezing the ink pad to get some colour. I actually need to re-ink this one, to be fair, but I think we've got enough. So just with the aqua painter, just squeeze a drop of water in, that's all you need. And I'm just going over the flower area. Not particularly trying to be really neat or anything, just as long as that middle bit is kind of covered, we're all good. And it's that quick. So I want a little bit more. So not so much water, more ink. And just on a few spots I'm just going to add a little bit more just to darken a couple of the areas. So yeah, you can see that a few little petals are going to be darker, like so, and there. So that I'm just going to pop to the side just to dry. Whoops. Just while that's drying, we'll go on to the other cards and then finish that off at the end. Right, let me move these bits out of the way. So the next card, we're going to be using the Memories and More, the Sweet Soiree Memories and More cards. So I've just got them here in a little bag. Really, really like the Memories and More cards, and I don't actually use them for what they're made for. Obviously they're made for scrapbooking and you know, putting in the pockets with your photos. I just like them for card fronts or for decorating my mini albums. They're just the right size. Obviously that's the size of a standard photo, so for a mini album that's actually really useful to have to decorate. And then so these are 4x6, and then you've got vellum sheets and numbers in that pack as well. And then you've got the little ones which we're going to use, and again those are 4x3, so that is really nice in a mini album, or just on as a topper. You could stamp in that little section in the middle, and they just make card making so easy. So I've just got a couple of the smaller ones and one of the die cuts as well, and I'll show you how quickly you can use these to make a card. So these obviously will be going at the end of March when Sale-a-bration finishes, but there are more Memories and More cards in the annual catalogue anyway, so you can do this sort of technique again. So this is Rich Razzleberry, and like I said, I've got two of the smaller Memories and More cards that we're just going to lay it on the front. And they're double-sided as well, so you've got lots of options. The only difficult thing is deciding which side to use. They're both very pretty. I'm going to put that one in the top left corner, that one bottom right corner, and then the die cut I'm going to pop up on dimensionals. Let's use the edge piece. So one there and one there. So just where the point of the bottom one, I'm just placing that, and then I'm just going to stamp a sentiment from the Teeny Tiny Sentiment stamp set. This is one of my favourite stamp sets because it literally has a sentiment for every occasion. I think it's so useful, and I wanted for the newlyweds. Yes, that's what I wanted. So and I'm just going to stamp that in basic black. Just got a strip of Whisper White here, and awesome. And then the label, is it this one, the classic label punch? I can't remember. Something like that. And let me think. I'm going to place the sentiment all the way to the right in the punch, and if you can see that there. Clean off my stamp. And that's going to go, I think, there actually in the middle. Pop that up as well. These mini dimensions are just the right size for this punch, which is good. Now if I can get the back ends off, that would be even better. So above these flowers, I'm going to put our sentiment, and then add a little bit of bling. That's why I stamped it over to the right hand side, so I can add just one little rhinestone next to it. I have one big one. like so. I mean, how quick was that card to put together using the Memories and More? And then that will just pop inside so you can write. Oh no, it's finished. Oh. I'll use Tombow. There we go. Done and done in just a couple of minutes using the Memories and More cards. I love that one. I really do. Okay, so card number 3. We're going to be looking at, let me just move things over. I'm being very organised today and I have things in piles that are quite good. I'm quite proud of myself. So the stamp set is the Amazing You stamp set, another one that I absolutely love. This flower is fabulous. And then that came with a bundle with the Amazing You Thinlet dies, which will be in the new annual catalogue as well. So if you get this now, you'll have them early, which is always fun to have things early. So in here you've got the word You, Amazing and Celebrate. So I've already die cutted the word amazing just to save a little bit of time. So the amazing is the same as the amazing in the stamp set. The celebrate is the same font as the celebrate and the U as the U. So it coordinates really nicely. For this one I have gone with Cajun Craze because I also have the ribbon trio, which was in the first lot of oh my gosh, words have just disappeared. The shimmer ribbon pack, which is has a Calypso coral, which I thought goes nicely with Cajun Craze, which is my new favourite colour at the moment, Cajun Craze. So I've got that with, see, with the Calypso coral cardstock, how nicely they go together. See, Calypso coral isn't one of my favourites. I'll be honest, it's one of my least favourites for some reason. I don't know why, but Cajun Craze I love. So that will be a layer on there, and we're going to do some stamping on there, add the ribbon, and we're good to go. Where's my die cut gone? Oh, there it is. Don't want to be losing that. So we'll do our stamping with a nice big flower. And I'm going to be using Cajun Craze for this one. So just all over this piece of Whisper White. Some of it is going to be covered up, but that's fine. We want a nice background. Okay, that way. Gorgeous. There. So that's our pretty background done. And done. Yeah, I'll keep that out. And then I've got an oval, 2 ovals from the layering oval dies. So I've got the biggest scallop oval and then the one that fits in it. So to make sure your ovals fit together, if you place them over the top of each other, you'll be able to see the cut line. So you can see this one fits inside the scallop. So that's how I check which oval I need to use. So when you cut them out, you'll get the little black border. So on here, this is where our die cut's going to go. So I want to stamp the, which one should we do? You are simply amazing. So we want the you and the are simply. Hopefully I'll be able to stamp these straight. And we'll do the U in Cajun Craze. And then the R simply in Basic Black. Yeah, that's not too bad. And then the amazing. Yep, like it. Before I put that on, I just want a little bit of this flower just on the edge, like so. I think I'll add a tiny little bit down the opposite side as well. Yeah, I like it. Cool. Right, now we can put this all together. Oops. So this is going to layer on top of the black scalloped oval. This stamped piece is going to layer on top of our Calypso coral piece. And then before I stick that to the card base, I'm going to put on some of this shimmer ribbon. So firstly we'll decide where we're going to pop. I think about there, so I'm going to wrap the ribbon underneath it. I think I might go over twice. Let's see how that'll look. Yeah, that'll look good. So, add a bit of tape to the back. Then we can stick the ribbon down into the tape. Wrap it around, stick it into the tape again, bring it over and make sure it's straight and stick it in. There we go, that looks pretty. We can stick this down. Like so. And I'm just going to press it from the back to make sure it's stuck nicely. There. So for the amazing, I'm going to use the fine tip glue pen. So obviously some of it is hanging off the edge there. So really only need to put your adhesive on the amazing, not the G at the end. So this is a very delicate word, so the fine tip glue pen is the best way really to stick it down. You don't need too much. So I've put it on and now I'm just spreading it, I'm not actually adding any more. Okay. And like to use a block to press it down. I find if I use my hand I get sticky and I get mucky fingerprints if the glue does seep out. So using a block, that stops that from happening. Whoa. Close that up. There we go. So that's nice and stuck down. And of course we're going to pop this up with some dimensionals. Oh. Take these off. There we go, fabulous. Just a little bling, of course, and add some rhinestones, just the little ones. There. Oh, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So that was the Amazing You stamp set and coordinating thinlits, which are Celebrate You thinlits. Oh, and the shimmer ribbon trio pack as well. That's 3 Sale-a-bration items on one card. Okay. Oh, let me put these stamps away. And we'll move on to the next card. So we'll take that off, have a nice new sheet. Righty righty. Next card. Using another of my favourites, the Heartfelt Blooms. This stamp set is amazing. This flower, I absolutely, it's just gorgeous. It's the new, oh, what was it called? It had a name and I can't think of it. Distinctive Stamps. So they lay down the ink in different, at different opacities, giving the finished image more depth. So some spots are lighter, some spots are darker, and yeah, so it makes it kind of look 3D-ish. Really, really nice. I've got a Melon Mambo card base. Whoops. And then a piece of Whisper White that we're going to stamp on, and a piece of crumb cake, and then another smaller piece of Whisper White that is just a hair smaller than the crumb cake. So yeah, we will stamp this one first just in case I mess it up. And you know what I might do to be sure that I don't is turn your stamp upwards, and then I'm going to stamp it that way. I can make sure that I've got it in the right spot, and then use a block to press it down, and hopefully, she says, oh. Ah, perfect, awesome. So that's stamped just how I want it. And then on this piece, bring that scrap back in. I'm going to sort of stamp around the edge of it with crumb cake and Melon Mambo. So if the colours overlap, that's fine. It'll probably look better if it does. And then some crumb cake. Nice. There. So done with the melon mambo, and we'll stamp the sentiment onto this piece. And what have we got? Sending heartfelt thoughts. That will fit nicely. Hopefully I stamped this straight. There we go. And then we can put that together. So we've got the Whisper White layer that we stamped on. And I think I'll go that way up. This one's going to go on the crumb cake layer. And I think I will pop it up, or not to pop up. Actually, I'm not going to pop it up. I think it looks quite nice just flat. Let's get another Tombow open. In the middle. Oh, that's so pretty. And of course, we're going to add some bling. You knew that was coming. Couple of big ones. And then a little one at the top. There we go. Oh, that's so pretty. There. That's nice. So that was the Heartfelt Blooms. Yeah, Heartfelt Bloom stamp set. Okie dokie. Now we can go back to the first one and just finish that off. That is nice and dry. So I want the basket weave that way. And I think I'm just going to trim this down a smidge. Just grab my trimmer. Whoa. Just a little bit. So it's about 3 1/4 wide. Okay. Yeah, I like that. So stick the background down. I mean, you could have embossed the actual card base as well, but I thought I would do sort of tone on tone type of thing. Like so. And this is going to go about there. I want to stamp the sentiment first, and that is, where is it? I'm going to stamp here for you. Okay. That, oh no, not basic black. Basic grey. I'll sort of go with the silver theme. Hopefully this is big enough. There we go. Well, that's not straight, is it? Let's turn that over and try again, shall we? Don't know if that's any better. Yeah, it'll do. Not much better, but it's fine. So we're going to stick that there. I'm going to do a banner on the end, just a little one. Yeah, that's fine. I'll put a bit more glue on this, I think. There's a lot of texture, so needs that bit of glue to hold it. Right. So I want some of the, this is from the same trio ribbon pack. So some of the silver, which is why I went for silver embossing powder. I'll get the thing open and show you. There we go. I mean, that's just gorgeous. So I'm deciding whether or not where to actually put it. I was thinking to just wrap it around there. Yeah, that's what I thought in the first place. And oh no, which was the good one? Oh dear. So a little tape there. Whoa. Wrap that around. Like so. Cute. And then because there's texture again, I'm going to use Tombow. There's texture with the watercolour paper and with the embossing folder that we've done underneath. So a wet glue is best when you've got so much texture, and press it down really well. And then our sentiment, again some wet glue. There we go. And then you can just trim off. I always go over a little bit, so then I can trim it off, and then it will be straight, a better straight edge then. And then I'm going to try and tie a little bow. want it really, really tiny. It's not too bad. There. Glue dot will be best for that, I think. Just on there. Fabulous. And of course, to finish it off, we've got to add some rhinestones. Just 3. There. No, that's not enough. Go for one there. There, that's better. So that was using as the very first stamp set, blossoming basket, and the textured embossing folder, the basket weave, which I'm absolutely loving. So I will get all of the 4 cards that we have made today with Sale-a-bration goodies. So this one is the Heartfelt Blooms. This one is the Amazing You. That one that we've just finished was the Blossoming Basket, and then this one was with the Sweet Soiree Memories and More cards. And you've got some of this shimmer ribbon on this one and this one, and oh, and the dies on this one, the Celebrate You Thinlits. So those are our 4 cards. What do you think? Oh, thank you. I'm quite happy with how these came out, and the fact that they were all made with freebies is even better. So I'll leave those there. Whoops. And yeah. Oh, hi everybody again. Yeah, I love Sale-a-bration. It's always a good time to stock up, because then you can get freebies, and who doesn't love free stuff? So you only have a few days left. What are we on? The 26th today, so till Saturday you've got. So if there's anything of the Sale-a-bration that you like, other than the Celebrate You Thinlits and the basket weave, come Saturday you're not going to be able to get them. So be sure to put your orders in before Saturday. So any order of £45 you'll get to pick any of the free stuff, and there is more than what I've got here as well. I don't have all of them. There was the second release, and there's been some additional items added as well. So I'll link in the description over to my shopping page where you can see all the items there. So every £45 you'll get to pick something for free. So if you spend 45 you get one, 90 you can get 2 or one of the £90 bundles. So that is it for today. Thank you very, very much for joining me again. I really do appreciate it. I've had lots of fun making these cards today. So I'll take a picture as they are and post them on my Instagram, so you can have another closer look if you wish to, and a link to my shop will be in the description. And I will see you all on Wednesday with Wednesday challenge. So thank you very much for watching. My throat's going sore now. And I'll see you all soon. Bye. might have been watching but just didn't comment, because there was 9 at one point, then a few less, then a few more.